This next set of exercises focuses on strengthening the upper body and the core, which you need if you're using your poles a lot, so you need to be strong in your upper body and you need to be able to use your stomach. I'm doing this on a wooden floor, so I'm going to be using a mat, because we're going to do some press-ups, and you don't want to do that straight on a really hard floor, it's too strong on the wrists. So make sure that you've got something soft to put under your wrists. You'll also need some weights. We're going to do some arm weights, and you'll need something soft to be able to do some floor exercises. So we're going to start with some roll downs, walking out into a plank situation, doing some press-ups or not, just holding the plank, then coming back into a downward dog with some calf stretches. So I'll talk you through it, so we won't hurry it to begin with, and you'll get the hang of it. Okay, so come to standing with your feet hip width apart, and try and keep your feet hip width apart throughout. So breathe in to lengthen through your spine. Breathe out, do your roll down. So roll yourself down. Now, if your hands don't touch the floor, then bend your knees to allow your hands to come onto the floor. Have your hands by your toes, and then walk yourself out into a plank. Now make sure that your wrists are on something soft, your shoulders are away from your ears. Now either just hold this plank position or just simply bend your elbows to do a plank. You're not dipping your head or sagging in the middle. So do up to 5 press-ups, then take your hips back and walk your hands halfway back. So you're now in a downward dog, your head is between your arms and you're on your toes. Now bend one knee and let the other heel come onto the floor, come up into your toes and swap over. So this gives you a nice calf stretch. We're going to do 10 walking, so that end up being 5 on each side. That's 4. And don't hurry this, the focus is to get this heel onto the floor. 6, 7, 8, keep the hips as still as you can, 9 and 10, onto my toes, walk my hands back to my toes, my heels will come down and I roll myself up. So when you walk yourself out into your plank, you can either come onto your wrists or your fists, depending on how your wrists are. So we'll do 2 more like that, breathing in to lengthen through your spine, breathing out, rolling yourself down. Get your hands down by your toes, bend your knees if necessary. Walk yourself out into your plank. Shoulders away from the ears. Either just hold this or do your press-ups. 4 and 5. Take your hips back. Don't move your hands at that stage. And now walk your hands back halfway onto your toes and start the walking. Coming right onto your toes each time you swap over. Use your core to keep your hips as still as possible. 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Onto my toes. Walk my hands back to my toes. My heels come down and roll myself up. Good, so we'll do 1 more like that. Breathing in to lengthen through your spine. Breathing out, roll yourself down. And walking yourself out into a plank. And then do your press-ups up to 5. So what you could do if you're getting tired, you could say do 1 or 3 and then hold that there for a couple of breaths, and then take your hips back. Walk your hands back halfway and do 1 more set of walking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Onto my toes. Walk my hands back, my heels come down, and I roll myself back up. Good. Okay, so those have done 3 planks with sets of press-ups, and we've done a bit of stretching out of the calves. So the last 2 planks, we're going to start from 4-point kneeling. So come onto the floor and get yourself into 4-point kneeling position. So come into 4-point kneeling. Make sure that your wrists are below your shoulders and your hips are above your knees. Keep pulling in your tummy and keeping your neck in line with your spine. So we'd go into the plank. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, take one leg away and then the other. So you're in your plank. Either hold this plank position or do your press ups. Again, between 1 and 5. And then bring one knee back under the hip and the other knee back under the hip. We'll do one more of those. And now you alternate the leg that you lead with. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull in your core. Don't shift your back. So as you take the second leg away, don't lift or lower your back or your bottom. And then do your press ups just simply by bending your elbows. 4, 5. And then bring one knee back under the hip and the other knee back under the hip. Good. So tuck your toes under and walk your hands back and come to sitting on your heels. Come into high kneeling if you can't sit back like this. And let's do some wrist circles to loosen up the wrists after the plank. So you can do a few in one direction and a few in the other. And another very good way of releasing the forearm is to clench your fist and then spread your fingers wide. So really clench and flick your fingers. And that's very good for releasing tension in the wrist and the forearm. By sitting on your toes, you're getting a nice stretch through the sole of your foot, or what you can do is you can untuck your toes and sit back here. You get a nice stretch through the knee and you get a nice stretch through the front of the foot and the shin. Great, so that's some upper body work. We'll come back and do some arm weights shortly, but we're going to come onto our mat now and do some abdominal work and some core work, okay? So sitting on your mat, make sure you're right on your sit bones. We're going to do some rollbacks and I'm going to work through various levels so that you can find the one that suits you. And we're focusing on strengthening all the muscles from the base of the breastbone down to the pubic bone. So with these exercises, you want to make sure that you're not using your shoulders to come up or your neck. You must feel it working the abdominals. So I'm going to start with the easiest way and work myself up, okay? So I'm sitting right on the sit bones, having my knees hip width apart. Just let the feet relax wherever they're comfortable. You don't have to have the toes down. The hands are just resting on the outside. They're not gripping on, and they'll come back with you. So you always stay open across the front of the chest. So breathing in to sit tall, breathing out. Now focus on tucking your pelvis under, so you're getting the lower back onto the mat, and just come down as far as you feel that you can come up from this abdominal. Keep in a curve until your shoulders are right over the hips and sit tall. I'll do another one like that. Breathing in to sit tall, breathing out, tuck the pelvis under and come back to whatever level you can come up from your abdominals, not your shoulders coming up. And then I'm going to go a little bit further back. Take a breath in, breathe out, tuck the pelvis under, and I'm going to come down with my head down. Breathing in here, breathing out, roll my head off, the upper back, not holding on with my hands, I'm just using my abdominals. And then the next level, I'm going to straighten my legs. I'm going to have my hands on my thighs. Breathe in to sit tall, breathe out, tuck the pelvis under. Come down with control all the way down here. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you roll your head up. So you're taking your spine from the top all the way down, not using my shoulders. And I can draw my body down over my legs to get a good stretch. Then sitting tall. Then I'm going to take my arms a little bit higher. Shoulders stay relaxed. And now I'm going to take my arms behind my head. Breathe in, bring my head and my arms up. And I keep my arms at whatever level. I can still keep my shoulders down. I'm using my abdominals. Get a good stretch. I'll do another one like that. In fact, I'm going to come back with my hands by my temples with control. And then I'm going to have my arms behind my head. And come up with my arms up. Always get a nice stretch here, stretch to the back of the legs, keep the shoulders relaxed. And then the last version of hands by my temples, going back down and coming back up. Have a good stretch, and I'll do one more like that. Shifted forward, so you might need to move yourself a bit. You tend to move backwards with this. Hands by the temples, coming down with control, nice and slowly. And coming on up and getting a really good stretch. Good, so you can find your own level, you can also vary the levels throughout, just keep using your tummy. So coming into your relaxation position, come into a double knee fold, keep the knees hip width apart, interlink your fingers behind your neck and have your elbows out to the side. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to bring one elbow to the opposite knee. So I'm bringing my right elbow to the left knee and lengthening my right leg away. Breathe in to come back to the starting position. So I'll just use that as a demonstration, so we'll start again. So my left elbow is going to stay as if velcroed to the floor and my hips stay level. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, you curl up, bring one elbow to the opposite knee, other leg extends away, come back to your starting position. And then swap over, 2, 3, 4. So you're working from the muscles around your waist. You're not jamming your elbow across. 6. So it's the fact you're rotating through the rib cage and the waist that gets your elbow to meet the opposite knee. That's 8, that's 9, and 10. Now the next 10, I'm going to curl myself up to the tips of my shoulder blades, and I'm going to stay on the tips of my shoulder blades. Now if this is too strong and you find you're using your neck, then come back. This is your starting position. If not, take a breath in. As you breathe out, curl yourself up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, this elbow comes to the floor and you come back to your starting position. That's 1 and 2. Keep pulling in your abdominals. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And curl yourself back down. You're in the curl up position. Hug your knees to your chest. And while we're here, put your hands on your knees. Keep your knees together and just do some nice little circles on your back. We'll do a few in one direction and then reverse the direction. Good. Well done. And then come out of your double knee fold, one leg at a time. And now we're going to do some core work that specifically targets this lower transverse abdominal muscle. So come back up into your double knee fold position, working from your core. Don't lose neutral pelvis. One leg and then the other. So I'll just demonstrate what we're going to do here. So you're going to breathe in to point one leg up to the ceiling. Now this shin stays parallel to the floor. And then from here you lower this leg down, making sure you don't lose neutral pelvis. Then you bring the leg up, lifting from underneath, and bend back into your knee fold position. So that's demonstrating that one, and we'll start now. Let's start with the right leg. So breathe in, point your right foot up to the ceiling. Breathe out, lower your right leg to the floor only as far as you can maintain neutral pelvis. Then breathe in to bring your leg up to the ceiling. Breathe out, bend at the knee. So breathing in to point your left foot up to the ceiling. Breathing out, lower the leg towards the floor. Breathe in to bring the leg back up, and breathe out back into a knee fold position. So continue alternating, breathing in. Now if you find you can't go very far down, that's fine, just go a little way or just down as far as you want. Then lift from underneath the back of the leg, really using your core back into a knee fold position. And the left, breathing in and breathing out. Keep the shoulders relaxed, breathing in and breathing out. Let's do 3 more on each side. Breathing out. Use the core to draw that leg back up, back into a knee fold position. Breathing in, point up to the ceiling. Breathe out, lower to the floor. Breathe in, bring the leg up, back into a knee fold position. Let's do 2 more each way. So my pelvis is staying in neutral. I'm using my lower abdominal and my pelvic floor to control this movement. So everything else stays completely relaxed. I'm isolating all the work from that lower abdominal. And 1 more on each side. Good. Last one. Bend that back into a double knee fold position. Give your knees a quick hug into your chest and then come out of your double knee fold, 1 leg at a time, keeping the pelvis still. Great, so those are 3 sets of exercises that work the abdominals and the core. And we're going to come back to standing for our arm weight series. So this last set of exercises, we need our weights. We're going to do arm weight series. And you need good strong upper arms if you're having to do lots of poling. So either if you have to walk yourself up a slope for any reason, or if you're only doing sort of flat slope poling. So we need strong upper arms for that. So come to standing with your feet hip width apart and feel really strongly grounded through your feet into the floor. Using your abdominals, bring your arms up to shoulder height. Start with the palms down. So I'll just demonstrate the first bit. You're going to turn your palms up, keep your arms upper arm parallel to the floor and bring your weight into your shoulder. As you straighten your arms, you turn the palms down. So we're going to start with 10. So be nice and strong, shoulders down, tummy in. So turn your palms up into the shoulders, straighten and down. That's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now take your arms out to the side, just in front of your shoulders here, not too far back. You turn your palms up, in, out and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, standing nice and tall, 5, 6, upper arms staying parallel to the floor, 8, 9 and 10. Now bring your weights into your collarbone and you're going to take your arms up to the ceiling and back down. So let's do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now you have your arms down, palms facing behind you, and you bring your arms forward up in line with the shoulders and down. So as you do that, you don't swing your upper body back to counterbalance. You use your core, lean slightly into your weights. So bring your arms up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now exactly the same with your arms out to the side, just in front of your shoulders. As your arms come up, your shoulders stay down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, let's do that set again, that series again. We'll do 8 this time. So we're working down. So start with your arms just in line with the shoulders, palms up and in, out and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Arms out to the side, just in front of the shoulders, up and in, out and down. 2, 3, tummy in, shoulders relaxed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10. I did 2 extra there. We're only meant to be doing 8. Oh well, never mind. It's better less than more. Okay, into your collarbone and up to the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Remember that time. Okay, palms facing behind you, up to the shoulders and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Out to the side, just in front of the shoulders. 1. Shoulders stay down as the arms come up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So then let's do 6 of each. Arms in front, up and in, out and down. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out to the side, up and in, out and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, into the collarbone and up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Arms in front, palms behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Arms out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we'll do 4. So there's 4 and 2 left now. Up and in, out and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out to the side. Up and in, out and down. 2, 3, 4. Into the collarbone, up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms down by your side, palms behind, up to the shoulders and down to your side. 2, 3, 4. Out to the side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just 2 of each now. 1, 2, out to the side. 1, 2, into the collarbone. 1, 2, down by your side, up to the shoulders. 2, out to the side. 1 and 2. Well done. So that's quite a useful series. Hopefully by the end you're not feeling your neck, so you can adjust your weights accordingly next time if you find the weights that you're using too heavy, have lighter ones, or vice versa. But always using your arms and not your neck. So nice strong arms, well done. We'll put your weights down and we'll finish with a stretch to the arm just after you've done those weights to loosen the arm up. So bring one arm up just below the level of your shoulder and bring that arm across, keep the shoulder down, just support behind your elbow. You're not bringing your shoulders round, so keep your shoulders the front, but just stretch this arm across. So you should get a nice stretch here. So keep the shoulder down and get a good stretch here through this upper arm. Just hold that there for a couple more breaths. And then put your fingers down and then pull this elbow up towards the ceiling, and now you get a nice stretch through the back of the upper arm. So keep pulling in your tummy, then stick your bottom out, keep standing nice and tall and get a good stretch there. Good, and then release that and let's do the other side. So take your arm out just below shoulder level, then bring it across just below shoulder level, support behind the elbow and draw the arm across, keeping your shoulder down, and get a good stretch through here hopefully. So you're just drawing this arm across, get a good stretch there, and then the back of the upper arm, so your fingers down towards your feet, take hold of this elbow and bring it back and up. So now you get the stretch through the triceps. So standing tall, tummy in, hips to the front, pelvis tucked under, and get a good stretch there. And release. Good. So all those exercises are been working on your upper body and your core. So really key for good balance and strength in your skiing. Happy skiing again.